I'm back with another video. This time is going to be another book review. I do know I've been doing a lot of book reviews lately, but there are so many things piled up. I can't help it. I mean, there are like so many books lying around here and there which I've been like trying to pile them up, and I'm like, oh my god, there's so many things. Forget about that. So yes, about this video, this book particularly is very close to my heart. The author is very close to my heart because she's one of my favorite author, and I am happy to do another review of her book. So I bought this book over a year back. Can you imagine that? Yeah, almost a year, but I was not being able to read this book because of my schedule. Finally, I got the chance. Now, this book is something which I really wanted to focus my intention, like focus every single thought of mine, do the concentration and just start reading it, because this is something which is close to my heart. The character is close to my heart, the author and the book, so everything was something which I could feel. So this book is Sita's Sisters by Kavita Kane. Weirdly, what happened was that I started reading this book. I went for a meeting, and that meeting was like held up for a pretty long period of time. So I started reading this book in the lobby. I ended up finishing this book in few hours, and I literally forgot about the meeting and I had to go back again. It was so worth it. It was so worth it, and I did not regret the fact that I missed my meeting for this book. Although it was not that important, but still I was happy, and this book is something which makes you happy. So this book talks about the main protagonist, which is Urmila herself. She narrates the entire story of her life, how she was jealous about various situations, and how she was in love with Lakshmana, and how much she sacrificed. She was a strong woman, and that has been portrayed in this book very beautifully. I think by far, out of all the books which I've read of Kavita Kane's, this one and Menika's Choice is my all-time favorite. These two books are something which I can literally live for. I mean, I have reread these books again and again. Everybody knows the entire story of Ramayana, but the fact that Urmila has always been shadowed because of the main characters Ram, Sita, Ravan, Mandodari, Kekai, Lakshman, Bharat including, but one of the most important character, Urmila, who was Lakshmana's wife, Sita's sister, was always overlooked. Although this book talks about various other characters as well, but they all revolve around Urmila. How much strong and bold she was. This book is absolutely one of those feminist books. It's one of those books which you want to read. You should read, especially if you're a girl, because you need to understand how much strong, both emotionally and physically, one needs to be, and this book describes that. It's not that you have to be like beautiful all the time. You have to be witty, you have to be smart, intelligent, like you should be strong emotionally, and this is something which I have always lived for. My mother and my sister, they have always taught me that, and for me, Urmila is a character which I've always admired since the beginning. When I've started reading, or when my grandparents, they used to tell me about Ramayana, this was the particular character which I loved, I adored, I could relate to, and the fact that she sacrificed most of her life was something worth the read. Once you start reading this book, you will understand the reason behind why Urmila stayed back when Lakshmana went to the exile with his brother and his sister-in-law. Although she could go with Lakshmana, because obviously why wouldn't she, but she chose to stay back since she could witness the fact that the entire kingdom would have suffered. The reason behind it, Bharat being attached to his elder brother Ram a lot, including all his brothers, he was not fit to rule the kingdom at that moment because he was way too emotionally grieved due to the fact that his brother left, including his sister-in-law. So for that reason, he also sort of went to foreign exile, which was another breakage for the kingdom, for which Urmila had to take the stand and look after the kingdom, although from behind. She was the one who started training Shatrughan to look after the entire kingdom, since both his brothers Rama and Lakshmana were in exile. Bharat, who was the next to heir, was also technically in an exile, and the only person remaining was Shatrughan, and Urmila to look after the entire kingdom. Since Urmila was one of those strong-willed, witty, smart, intelligent person, she was the only one who was fit to take over the entire kingdom, so that the trade, so every single culture, every single thing of the kingdom is set without any instability. That was another fact why the kingdom of Ayodhya flourished during that period of time. She started training Shatrughan, and she was the one who helped every single individual in the book to become a better person in various places. Ayodhya being a little orthodox place, none of the women, they were allowed to speak up to their elders, especially if they were of the male gender. So that was one fact which Urmila disliked, because the place where she was from, nothing like this ever happened. If someone is wrong, they were told so that they could understand the difference between right and wrong. So she was the first one who started taking stand for these situations, for which she's also known as a very strong person. The reason behind she chose to remain back in Ayodhya without Lakshmana, whom she was so much in love with, it is one of the most sacrificing thing one can ever do, especially a person who is young and who has recently been married. This book is so much emotionally connected to me. I literally could visualize the entire scenario of the books. Every single scene was literally floating in my eyes, especially when I know the entire epic of Ramayana. I was literally crying few places. I was like, oh my god, why would you do this and break my heart? This is one of the book which is something worth the read. Now, I was getting a little emotional, let's not get into that. Okay, now, coming back to the writing style. Simple, beautiful, smooth, there is a flow, the story merges all together, which is beautiful, and the fact that it is written by Kavita Kane herself. Weirdly, this book is written in such a way, even for those who are not into mythology, they will love this book. Reason behind is that it gives you a lot of insight about your life. You understand a lot of things which you don't really think about much, and that is something beautiful and worth the read. Third thing, I love the book cover. I just adore the beautiful cover. It is so nice. Just look at this. You just get lost in the picture and the entire description, the way it has written, the entire story. So it is one of those books which you really want to read, you really want to think about, and it inspires you in a very weird manner. Urmila has always been one of my top favorite characters, and she has always inspired me in a lot of ways. So I really could connect with this book, and I really recommend every single individual to read this book. Should go read it right now. Just get buy it. Talking about the rating, I'm going to be giving this book a total 5 out of 5. I love the book, I love the cover, I love the title, I love the author. The writing is beautiful, the description is beautiful, the scenes which has been chosen is beautiful, so there is nothing which you can hate. So that's why this book gets a total 5 out of 5, and I love it. So if you like this video, do like and subscribe. The subscribe button is down there, and I'll be linking down all my social media handles in the description box below. And also, I will be providing the link from which you can buy the book. Other than that, have a good day and thank you. I will be coming back again next week with yet another video. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.